At least someone. Okay, so we'll try to do it. Real fast. Lots of information. And then again, we are trying some new formats. So basically, show the KPIs first, the high-level units, revenue, new restarts, and then show the campaign that help bring or help achieve those KPIs. And then we will focus on the top three categories in the preventive care portfolio. As of now, this will change with the ORB, obviously, but bed splints, sleep appliances, and NTIs. And I wanted to officially introduce Ilona. So Ilona will be my partner on this presentation, and she will begin with notable efforts. So go ahead, Ilona.
Hi, everyone. I'd like to share our first notable effort, pre-launch activities for the ORB Smart Mouthguard, which will be called the ORB Sport. This is a brand new product coming to Glidewell and slated to launch early next year in 2024. Some background is that this invention came about in 2010 when Robert Patterson, shown here on the right, suffered a severe head injury called a subdermal hematoma during a rugby game. The injury was misdiagnosed and Robert's health declined, leaving him bedbound for weeks. Wanting to prevent others from experiencing the same fate, he teamed with Thomas Quinn, shown on the left, to establish ORB Innovations in 2017. Based in London, ORB developed a unique technology platform to measure physiological parameters, such as heart rate, as well as biomechanics, such as head impact, within an oral appliance. The ORB platform is effectively the world's only fitness tracker wearable in the mouth. Most recently, Glidewell saw this platform as an exciting evolution for the sports market, and we saw an opportunity to help advance this technology, to increase the pace of R&D, and to accelerate the launch of this product in the US. In May, we announced the acquisition of ORB Innovations, and the UK company joined our Glidewell family. This photo shoot commemorates the acquisition. Next slide. The ORB Smart Mouthguard is our first investment in smart dental products, and it's poised to become the first product to be sold by Glidewell directly to a consumer audience in conjunction with the dental community. Next slide. In preparation for the launch of the product, Glidewell has actively started to build awareness and generate leads. Next slide. In May, we publicized Glidewell's acquisition of ORB Innovations. The first announcement was made to the UK audience, followed by an announcement in the US. Next slide. Our press releases were paired with social media announcements, piquing interest among our LinkedIn community and beyond. Next slide. In June, Glidewell sponsored the Academy for Sports Dentistry Symposium in Nashville. This was a 3-day event attended by 120 sports dentistry enthusiasts with presentations related to the dental needs of athletes at risk for sports injuries, as well as the treatment and prevention of dental trauma to athletes. Our banner was an attention grabber, and dentists stopped by the booth throughout the program to learn about the appliance. One of the main highlights was on Friday evening during the president's reception with Patterson's ORB presentation to a room full of guests. Next slide. For the symposium, we created a brochure introducing some of the main features and benefits of the mouthguard, highlighting that this product is unique as the first mouthguard that tracks physiology and biomechanics while also at the same time protecting teeth. There was a lot of interest in the parameters, such as step and calorie counting, impact tracking, and heart rate monitoring. Athletes can monitor their heart rate to increase fitness and to gauge the intensity of their training. We provided a QR code so doctors could instantly learn more or join an interest list that will alert them when the product becomes available. Next slide. We also produced a flyer that was used to engage with dentists at our booth. Attendees could scan the code and fill out a form, and we learned that of the clinicians who participated, the majority of their patients played football, followed by basketball and boxing. Other sports include ice hockey, soccer, wrestling, baseball, mixed martial arts, lacrosse, field hockey, and more. We use the form to generate leads as well. Nearly 80% of respondents said they wanted to receive more product offers, news, and other promotional materials from clients. Next slide. Because Orb Mouthguard is a unique product, there's limited industry data and competitive intelligence available about pricing, usage, and market opportunity. Susan Severas, Glidewell Senior Market Research Analyst, is leading our pre-market research, which will validate current pricing models and determine product attributes most valuable to customers and most compelling for purchase. I'll talk a little bit more about our next steps for Orb marketing when I discuss our initiatives for Q3 and Q4. In the meantime, next slide. Let's move on to our other notable effort, the launch of the FlexTap mandibular advancement device. The TAP brand is well known in the dental sleep medicine community, and it's singular in the market with a single point midline adjustment. The FlexTap is the first new product from Airway Management in over 7 years. The company is streamlining the TAP care system to result in easier delivery and easier access to oral appliance therapy, and we've introduced the product to reinvigorate the TAP brand at Glidewell. We officially launched the FlexTap appliance in late May. Prior to launch, we had 3 training events with preventive care and customer service teams, with about 20 people in attendance. We also gave Glidewell Sleep Symposium attendees an exclusive first look at the appliance during the event in April. Multi-channel activities include 2 campaigns, one that brought the FlexTap to Glidewell Sleep family, highlighting it as one of our top 4 appliances, and the other with our spokesperson and Glidewell customer, Dr. Jill Umbrello, with the tagline, "Help patients get happier and healthier with FlexTap." Next slide. Our press release highlighted the introduction of the appliance, as well as our mission to make sleep therapy more accessible to dentists and their patients. We added a web page and now offer a 3-year warranty for the FlexTap. Compare this to our 2-year warranty for our other sleep devices. We also introduced the device on social media. Next slide. We added new pages to Glidewell Direct, focused on the new AM aligner and mouth shield that are standard accessories for the FlexTap and are also available for purchase. Next slide. We included the FlexTap to collateral featuring our family of sleep appliances. For example, on a print ad that doubles as an event flyer that shows easily at a glance the features and benefits of each appliance, and on a stuffer and landing page with our sleep family spokesperson, Dr. Deanna Batoon. Next slide. We launched a Happier and Healthier campaign featuring Dr. Umbrello, a private practitioner and 4th-generation dentist. We had brought Dr. Umbrello into our studio for a photo shoot and video shoot. We believe her testimonials and video will resonate with dentists. She's passionate in describing how oral appliance therapy improves her patients' quality of life, helping them sleep better, helping them feel better. Next slide. Glidewell has been fabricating sleep appliances for more than 25 years, and we've served tens of thousands of dentists who treat snoring and sleep apnea. These facts are highlighted on our FlexTap landing page. We provided a letter from Peter Tran, GM of Preventive Care, to invite customers to check out the product and to partner with us when providing and prescribing their next sleep case. I'll talk a little bit more about our next steps for sleep marketing when I discuss our initiatives for Q3 and Q4, but for now, this concludes this section of the Q2 notable efforts.
All right, thank you so much, Ilona. Your voice
Sure.
is so soothing and calming comparing to my rambling. And I just wanted to give a big shout out to Ilona, to Vivian, Makara, and Makara, and also the digital team for putting together really everything for ORP and FlexTab. So those ladies, this is the work that actually Ilona and Vivian led. I was just in the hindsight, but the ladies were really doing all the work and coming up with the concept, the messaging. So we will be looking into how those campaigns perform. Right now, they look really good. So just a high level of a bite sprints, right? We always want to look. We always kind of want to see like where we are as a portfolio, and then particularly pay attention to which of the bite sprints are growing, which are slightly cooling down, perhaps trying to reach an equilibrium after an insane COVID-related double-digit 30% unit in growth, right, due to a variety of reasons, but some of them related to the supply chain issues that everybody else experienced. So as you can see, the upper slide or the upper graph, as you can see, modest about 5%, 4.5% growth in all night guard units continues for our portfolio, and notable effort and the biggest, highest growing night guard now over 15%, accounting for over 15% of our bite splints, Comfort 3D. So huge shout out to Sadiq and his team for, it's always easy to market. I should maybe say that, but well, it's easier to market, but if the quality of the product is not there, if we have a product that doesn't resonate with the audience, then no amount of marketing can really change that, right? So this shows sustainable, actually nice uptick, and that it's a testimony not only to marketing, but also to the lab ops, specifically to Sadiq's team, his customer service team, for doing an incredible job and making this night guard a success. And as you can see, the expectation is that it will bypass the clear splint, and hopefully in not so distant future, the other one as well. So looking at our night guards on a high level, again, just trying to show you a new format. A huge uptick in revenue, but again, I don't always look at the revenue like this. I look at the units because revenue you can easily, cheat, maybe not a correct word, but it's really what it is, right? So I'd like to also look at units, and you can see nice uptick in units in this year. We experienced a nice double-digit solid growth in restarts, but then we had some slippage on new accounts.
And Anna, that sheeting was a 14% price increase. Yes.
14% price increase.
Which is exactly the difference between the units and the revenue.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. So yeah, but that's why it's good to always show the units and look at the units, and that's why this is also units and not revenue. Thank you, Daryl. And then showing you the campaigns that we are implementing, actually running to support, continue supporting our bite sprints portfolio, the top 3 night guards. So we see as our most successful bite sprints campaign, that's the one when we let the doctor, here are the top 3 night guards, and you choose whichever you like. So that's this campaign. Then Comfort 3D, obviously, we spend most of our marketing efforts actually go to this product, and there is a reason for it, because it's still considered new product, and then we want to spread news about this as much as we can. And this is also where, when we marketers hear about changes to the product, like we're gonna use a different resin or something else gonna change. This is where I get a little goosebumps, because you know, the product is so successful that I am almost like trying to say, please don't change anything. Let us just keep marketing, just keep the quality there. Sadek is doing great job. Support him as much as possible so he can have that. But just let's keep everything as is, and then let's do more and better marketing. But let's leave the product as is because it's actually perfect. So
Thank you, Anna,
not
for
sure.
that.
Not sure how that's gonna go, but I know John is now sitting next to me, so I hope he hears my voice again. And then we have 2 internal campaigns. So these are not going to third party. 2 internal campaigns, mainly with emails and with staffers, and there will be some changes to the Clear Sprint campaign, but Ilona will talk about this in our section devoted to initiatives. And then sleep portfolio. Sleep portfolio did not capitalize on the price increase, so the same price increase was applied to all preventive care appliances, but as you can see, sleep didn't make much difference. Big drop on units, and then again because of the price increase, even the decrease didn't look as horrible, but the units is what's alarming. So now we are looking at the FlexTap as a boost, and we are looking to, now that we have our Silent Night campaign kind of like prepped the way we wanted it to be with the messaging, call to action, we will be doing more marketing now that we can actually see how it performs. And then the second campaign that we will be focusing on is the Tap 4 sleep appliances with a FlexTap leading the pack. So hopefully, not hopefully, I mean, we will see how that's gonna change, and how that's gonna change the look on revenue and units, and then we will adjust. But we have something, so we'll see how that's gonna work out. So this is the Silent Night. This is the new Silent Night campaign that we finalized in Q1, sort of end of Q1, launched beginning of Q2. So we have now new messaging, clear call to actions. There is still some work for us to do, like building the protocols, kind of similar to what we have on the BIP side, and what we are doing for dentures, something similar for sleep, because we see that 50% off, 40% off, 20% off on sleep appliances may not be what's the barrier, but the barrier may be more on the education side, and also the impact of medical billing and such. So Ilona is the sleep expert. I leave this in her hands. I will not destroy any of the work that she's done already, which you can see looks really good. And then the sleep family, again, with FlexTap as a highlight. And the newest and bestest offering in our portfolio. Then NTI, so NTI, kind of similar story to what we have with Comfort 3D, fairly new product. NTI did not have a price increase, so the numbers are more, they are more closely to what they should be, right? Not inflated by extra dollars, and so solid double-digit growth in both units and revenue. Not that many yet accounts engaged with this product, but we spent basically the past quarter we spent on battling with the headline. What should the headline be? What's really, how understanding, like how dentists prescribe, how do they, before even they prescribe, how do they identify patient, how they approach the patients with the treatment and things like that. So we believe that there is still room for improvement for the headline, so we will continue looking for that. And then we are also, with Bobby's help, we are also intending to engage with a new clinical spokesperson for the product. And on to key initiatives. Ilona, do you want to give a highlight of what's coming?
Yeah, in the coming months, we're going to be focusing on ORB to generate leads, to build awareness, and to help with demand forecasting. We finalized the name ORB Sport, and we're currently preparing pre-launch and launch campaigns as early as late August or early September. This includes working with sports marketing experts for a mass scale direct-to-consumer marketing push on top of our usual marketing via dentists. A self-impression kit is being developed so that we can sell the kit to patients who don't want to make a special trip to the dentist for an impression. The goal being to minimize the barrier to entry and to help spur product adoption. For the Silent Night sleep appliance, we're preparing to announce that this device is now PDAC approved for Medicare, which means it's eligible for Medicare reimbursement. Private insurance tends to follow Medicare guidelines. So this is really exciting news and the culmination of about 5 years of work by the entire team, kicked off by our former colleague in sleep SME, Randy Clare. More than 60 million patients are enrolled in Medicare. Reimbursement is low for clinicians in this space, and they are looking for appliances that are effective, inexpensive, and PDAC approved. Silent Night has been on the market since 1996. It's our most popular sleep appliance, and it's available at our lowest price point at $172. Compare this price with, say, the FlexTap, which is also PDAC approved, but it's offered at $395, which is more than double the price of Silent Night. So we plan to revamp the Silent Night campaign using all of our usual channels. Also on our radar is the Silent Night 3D, which would expand the brand to include 3 devices: the Silent Night with Glidewell Hinge, and Silent Night 3D. We aim to private label the Ensnore sleep appliance, our 3D printed device sold exclusively at New West. Working within the bounds of a small project checklist, this project would possibly be available in Q1 of 2024. Next, per executive direction, we are clarifying our bite splint category, de-emphasizing the clear splint and focusing on our top 2 night guards, the Comfort HS and Comfort 3D. This will bring simplicity to our marketing collateral. When it comes to the NTI, we're considering simplifying the message to prevent migraines and headaches, and we're also preparing a Google ad campaign. In addition, we'll be exploring the Healthy Start system. That's an orthodontic solution for pediatric patients. This system is a non-invasive approach to opening the airway and straightening the teeth without braces. So more to come on this. And that concludes this section.
Thank you so much, Ilona. And just a quick glance through the KPIs, giving you a little bit more details. I will drop this presentation to the chat as well, so you can look at all the numbers, all the slides, and everything. So on the enterprise level, those of you who were in Monday presentation given by my boss Eldon, so he discussed this a little bit, and looking at our at high level, enterprise level, we were about 3.5% above last year, same time period, and we were below about 2.4% the forecast. So kind of similar trend for Glidewell. Q1 and Q2 combined yielded over 270 million in revenue. And as you can see, 60%, over 60% of the revenue comes from restorative portfolio. So of course, led by Braxer, our mothership, largest product in our portfolio, and then followed by preventive care, featuring bite splint, sleep appliances, NTI, sports guards, and such. And then looking at preventive care again, everywhere almost green except for the beginning of Q2, April. Again, price increase helped with the revenue, but even without the price increase, there is still nice growth in units across the portfolio, except for with exception of the sleep, slight exception of the sleep. And again, bite splints are the largest product in the portfolio. From the active account perspective, what I usually try to draw attention to is take a look and see that 80% of all Glidewell active customers, so that's the 10-, 20- accounts only, 80% of all our customers are engaged with a preventive care, either bite splint or sleep or retainer or migraine prevention or some combination of those. So it just tells you about the popularity of the product. And then new accounts. So that's something that we all look at, right? To Daryl's point, he always drums the drum that we need new accounts. Without new accounts, there is no growth, and all that is true. And all this, I just want to make sure that you kind of can see why we spend more time on night guards and Braxer versus some other products that are important in the portfolio. But we spend most of the time on Braxer and night guards because new customers in Q2 specifically, but that's true that for all quarters, 30% of new customers come from bite splints. And then another 30%, about 30%, that's usually 28% or so, but let's just round it up, 30% comes from Braxer. So if you add both numbers, and then you will see that Braxer and bite splints account for 60% of all new customers. So that means this is something for us to continue focusing unless we see different numbers. Oops. Restart accounts. So it was actually pretty good quarter for preventive care. Unlike for the restorative care, we had some nice uptick in restart accounts, and the key categories, of course, bite splints, NTI, and retainers. Cross-sell, that's something that we look for. Cross-sell is important to us because, when you see it depends how you look at the numbers, but like I am more on the conservative side, so more cautious when looking at numbers. But if we all agree that Glidewell Glidewell, so that's 10-20-, we have about 50,000 customers per year or engaged with us per year. And then if you see, let's say that 20 or 30,000 customers buy one product, but then don't buy the other, then kind of you can see how important the cross-sell is, because those are customers who already trust us, so buy another product from us, but then are not engaged. So that's why cross-sell accounts, most of the email campaigns that I show you, they rely on or they help boost the number of cross-sell accounts. So when we look at the preventive care portfolio, we can see constant number of cross-sell for the portfolio and a double-digit growth new customers for Comfort 3D from among the existing customers. And the cross-sell is our last KPI. So this concludes our presentation, and it gives us a minute for questions if there are any.